Quinn Clark, he's a legacy. A lot of old Husker fans will remember I back Kenny Clark. Yeah, that's Ken Clark's son.
Okay.
And he is the number 1 ranked prospect in the state of Montana for the 2024 class. He's a wide receiver, 6'5", 195 pounds. So, he's looks a lot like a Malachi Coleman type of a guy that, is on Nebraska's roster right now. Another guy that's a very dynamic athlete, obviously has a football background and pedigree. And, I don't think any Husker fan would be shocked that a former IBAC's son is going to come and play at Nebraska, no matter where they live right now. So yeah, that was the latest commit in the class, and he's definitely gonna fit in. We'll see how he fits in, but obviously, he's a Husker at heart, and he'll be. I think he'll be a good player down the road. Might take him a couple of years to get on the field, but
6'1", 200. Rex Guthrie out of Colorado as well. Littleton.
Yeah, Littleton, Colorado. And this guy is a big time track guy. Okay, he plays safety. And I think he had 177 tackles last season, 3 interceptions, like 15 or 16 pass breakups. So he can play football. But he is a big-time track guy. He runs a 4.4 340 and an 11 flat 100. So, another guy, like we keep saying, that fits right in there with that Matt Rule mold of guys that, you're going to get guys that can run. And you're going to make guys try to catch you. And he joins a loaded room right now of defensive back commits too. I mean, they're loading up right now. So, another guy that's ranked. I think he's about the number 4th ranked player in Colorado, something like that. I might be wrong on that, but I'm just trying to go off of what I was reading earlier. Another really good looking kid that, you're doing good to get, you're getting multiple prospects out of the state of Colorado. You've got a bunch out of Texas already. And you got a bunch out of Nebraska and a few of the other states close by. So, you're protecting your borders, and you're using that 500-mile radius to your advantage. And adding all these, Nebraska is now up to 20 commits for this class. And On3 has them ranked as the 24th best recruiting class in the country right now, and 5th in the Big Ten. So, yeah, this has been a really, really good end of June for Matt Rule and his staff, to end up, when the dead period starts here in a couple of days. And then it's mandatory vacation time. He makes sure that all of his coaches have 3 weeks of vacation time now to spend with their families and just get away from football completely.
Yeah, you were on it when it comes to those Rex Guthrie stats. I'll add one as well, 106 tackles.
Yeah. I mean, that's for a high school, for 12 game, if you played 12 game, I mean, usually 9 game, but if you're good, you get in the playoffs. But that's pretty darn good for high school stats. He's a ball hawk.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a ball hawk, and he doesn't shy away from contact, and absolutely.
And plus, I mean, we haven't even mentioned, they added some really quality walk-ons too over the last weekend or so. I mean, they added from Cross County, Nebraska here, That's Cross County High School. It's kind of a about 3 towns feed that school. But they picked up a fullback by the name of Isaac Dickey. And, this guy is a true fullback looking dude. And so that's kind of cool to see. And, we'll see how much they actually use a fullback in their offense here moving forward. But at least you're getting a guy that kind of fits that mold of old school Nebraska fullback type guys that, we could name off all kinds of legends at that position. But then they also got a quarterback out of Iowa Western Community College, right across the river here in Council Bluffs. And he's another former Bellevue West quarterback at Luke Longville. So they add a little bit more depth to that room after, obviously they lost, Casey Thompson moved on and Logan Smothers moved on. So, that's another body into that quarterback room. And then the most intriguing one to me is Cooper Wilson. And he comes out of the state of Washington. He's a wide receiver type. He's an athlete. But he is the 100-meter yard dash state champion in the state of Washington from this year. He ran a 10.67 100. And he was going to go to Montana. He was planning on going to Montana until he came for a visit here, and he fell in love with the place and decided to walk on. So that's a pretty big get in my mind right there, because you're still building your walk-on class, because Matt Rule embraces that tradition here. So now you had 3 more quality athletes to your team, just on the walk-on list over the weekend. So yeah, they're really doing work here before they get their time off, their well-deserved time off.